some without devices or reliable internet access, and a startling study suggests some students could lose up to a year of math skills because of the coronavirus pandemic. Joining me now is NBC News senior national correspondent Chris Jansing. She's outside of an elementary school in Cleveland, Ohio. Chris, this is a really big concern that some kids might get left behind.
No doubt about it. The warnings are dire that an entire generation's future is at stake, depending on the decisions that are made in school districts like this one, Cleveland, where the median income of a family is just over $32,000 a year. So make no mistake, coronavirus has exacerbated every single challenge that kids in these lower socioeconomic communities have. Take a look.
When you hear Damien Goggins playing, you can feel his longing for a bigger life than the world around him, for a degree and a career in music therapy. But now that dream is increasingly uncertain.
It feels like I have to grow up fast.
How does it make you feel?
I don't know. It makes me feel kind of scared because I don't know if I'm ready to grow up yet.
The 16-year-old starts his day not by practicing, but by helping his little sister study. His family has had to move from his grandmother's house because she works in the COVID unit of a local hospital. Across the country, a generation of at-risk and low-income students like Damien are facing the prospect of a lost school year. In Cleveland, school CEO Eric Gordon knows the families have a lot of challenges.
Are they fed? Are they comfortable and safe? Do they have proper care? Do they have access to the internet?
When schools closed in Cleveland, Gordon and his team set up 22 sites for takeout meals for students and their families.
2 packets for you.
Distributed learning packets and have 20,000 laptops for kids in need.
We're going to have to see you online with our classes.
But one problem has proven harder to solve. An EdWeek survey finds that 36% of students in low-income schools are essentially truant, not logging into classes or making any contact.
And the students who are the most vulnerable in the classroom are the same students who is harder to contact now. But even holistically, even the students that are engaging right now in my district, I still feel like they're going to be behind.
We're looking at a recovery that's going to take a minimum of the next couple of years.
And the coronavirus pandemic is taking another unforeseen toll. Cleveland schools are 68% Black, and people of color have been especially vulnerable to COVID-19. So children of color are far more likely to lose a family member or know someone who has, or have a parent with a job suddenly deemed essential and are home unsupervised.
When I move to senior year, I want to be able to understand what the teachers are talking about and things like that. So that's a little bit kind of like scary.
What the kids want is the things they feel that have been taken from them. I got to figure out a way to give back some sense of fairness where fairness feels stolen.
You seem emotional about that.
Look, I love this job, but they're my kids. And I work every single day for all of my kids to have what they want and deserve.
I keep telling my mom, I've never realized how much I miss school until I don't get to go to school.
And hoping to again make music in a world where his future is back in tune.
Damien just got a computer and a hotspot because of a program like the one you're seeing behind me, where parents can drive up, they can get that stuff. Imagine being in a household, Katie, where you have 2 or 3 or 4 kids, and I've talked to these folks, and they have not a computer, not a tablet, but only mom's phone, which they're sharing, and then they're running out of data. And so one of the things that Eric Gordon and other administrators, 60 of them, want, and they signed a letter to Congress, is $175 billion to get moving on some of these things to help kids now, but also to make plans for the future. And remember this, tax revenues are going to be dropping across the country. Educators fear that one of the first things to get cut will be school funding, less money for kids just when they need it most. Katie?
And that's one of the reasons why governors across the country are looking to the federal government and saying, please help us with our budgets. We need to be able to pay teachers.
Yes.
We need to keep our school systems afloat. Chris Jansing was such an important story. Chris, thank you very much.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.